It's Saturday at the gathering, and I'm here with Garfield, who's built a Zip, and we're enjoying, or not enjoying, the rain. And he's going to tell us a little bit about his building experience. And this is your first gathering, right?
Yep.
So how are you enjoying the gathering so far, other than the rain?
I like it because, I mean, all my neighbors and family are getting sick and tired of me talking about my boat because I've never built one. So it's good to be around people that have been through the process and can understand and appreciate it.
Sounds good. All right. Well, tell us about your build. What made you want to build a boat, and why Glenelg, and why is it?
Okay, I looked at Glenelg once before, I forget why, and then I came into boat building bass backwards to most people, which is the way I do a lot of things. And that, first of all, my uncle gave me his old Merc, and I knew he took care of it, so I wound up restoring a 1959 Mercury Mark 35A to mint condition. And God bless my wife's patience, understanding, and forbearance, which would push to the limits. It sat in our living room for 2 years. So then I got this stupid idea to build a boat and turned to Glenelg because I'd heard of them before. And so in reverse, I had to find a boat to fit the motor. And that's why I chose a Zip, because it's a good utility boat and I love the design. And later on I found out that it was designed in 1954, which was the year I was born. So I thought this was like kismet. So I wound up with a Zip and I love it.
And you were helping actually with your motor skills with a similar Zip here with the same type of motor, same vintage, and really helped get that going, which is one of the great benefits of coming to the gathering is, get a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, between the gathering and the forum, where there's a wealth of experience and professional knowledge, then people that are going through the same thing as you and can help you. I mean, that's a big plus for Glenelg, just that you've got that backup and resources you can go through to help you through just about anything.
So tell us about the build and some of the difficult parts, some of the enjoyable parts. What kind of, did it give you any trouble in the build? Anything you weren't familiar with?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been a carpenter by trade for years, so I use this to push my skills to the limit, and in a lot of ways probably overbuilt the boat because I'm using sliding dovetail joints here and blind dados there, and it's like someone on the forum has a tagline, whatever, that it's just like a box with nothing plumb level or square. So from coming from the construction world where everything's plumb level and square, and now there's nothing, it was a hell of a change. But it was a good test, and the basic plans were there to follow and get through. But of course, no one likes a sanding.
Yeah, that's true. Any particularly difficult parts or anything?
Oh God, it was all frustration. I mean, the form shifted on me when I clamped the chines and shears on, and then I had to reset everything on the jig. And there were setbacks all the way along the way, but. You gotta have a sense of humor, a bunch of patience, and stick with it for the long run. After a year into it, if I'd have thought it was going to take that long, I really don't know if I'd have started it, but once you get through the last half, it's floaty. I mean, it's an amazing sense of accomplishment and pride.
And how long did it take you start to finish, do you think?
2 years. I never counted the hours.
Okay. Working pretty steadily, 2 years?
Oh yeah, I mean, there were probably a period about 3 months where I was working on it full time.
Oh wow.
Out of that, but like I said, I sort of went above and beyond on some of the construction.
Now, and yours is pretty unique in the interior. You've got kind of a unique floor and everything. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I kind of think outside of the box sometime, and maybe never having built a boat and never having read the How to Build a Boat book helped. So I just sort of scratched my head from my construction background and trying to keep the boat light. Ran 3 battens per side with vertical strong backs that wound up being like less than 6 inches apart. So I was able to span 5/16 inch thick lightweight floorboards from side to side, which in the middle of the boat drops it down like 3.5 inches compared to most floors. And then with low bucket seats that I may not appreciate when I'm older, but gets you sitting down in the boat and just gives you a different feeling.
Sounds good. Well, anything you want to add or anything?
I mean, it's been a pleasure. It's great coming here and seeing all these people that in some of the bigger boats, and I mean, I can't imagine how people build some of the bigger ones after having been through this, but it's just been a great experience, and as long as you got a patience and a sense of humor, go for it.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to some on-the-water shots of Garfield's boat here a little bit later when the rain stops, as it looks like it's just starting to clear up.